Hi, welcome to my second playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom. In this one, I am definitely not going to be doing any glitches at all, ever. If you clicked on this video, then it means I actually got it on YouTube, so that's good. But basically, this whole thing is just going to be a fun playthrough, my second one. And we're probably gonna break the game. Yeah, let's just get into it. This is a voiceover, by the way, so I might be able to find a way to talk live, but, you know, I cut there so that I could just skip the tutorial area because it's kind of boring. I also didn't show the first, like, under the castle part. I want to keep it kind of, like, a bit spoiler-free. It's obviously gonna have lots of spoilers, but I'll try to keep it less spoiler-y. So, yeah. I will be doing, like, as close to the speedrun road as I possibly can, but I'm gonna be collecting a lot of extra stuff, obviously, so it's gonna be not the speedrun route, but pretty close. So, here I just am gonna walk through the water. Now, in this playthrough, I'm gonna be doing stuff like this. It's fun. Yeah, so it's pretty OP. Anyways. So, I run over here, and there's a construct over there that has the Purapad, as it's called in this game. I will always call it the Sheikah Slate, though. And this cutscene is kind of boring, but, you know, unskippable in speedruns. So, well, unskippable always. So, yeah. It's just a construct doing, like, examining you or something. I don't know. It's, like, confused on what you are, and then it's like, hey, Zelda left this for you. That's pretty confusing, though, because Zelda is... How would Zelda know these things, right? But... yeah. And then Link does a bit of examining, just like the Sheikah Slate. And it does the Sheikah Slate thing. So, it'll always be the Sheikah Slate for me. Sorry if you don't like that. And then it just proceeds to tell us to go to the Temple of Time. And, yeah, so this spot is the first speedrun strat of the game that we're gonna do. We're gonna just run over here and do a backflip, actually. Oh, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna do a backflip here. And do... It's kind of hard to see, but you press R to dive, B to cancel, and then Y to jump attack. And that gives you a lot of backwards momentum. And in the speedruns, you do grab that frog there, because it'll be useful later. Climb the hill and go to a different spot. So now, this is me failing, because I'm just so good at combat. Like, look at that flurry rush. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know how I'm this good. I just am. So, I now have to run to this body of water here and jump off and try and get as much stamina back as possible. And up the stairs, kind of just normal, you know? You just do a bit of running, and then walking, and then running again. And up here, I messed up that, but you can just step up instead of climbing. And there's a fallen pillar that helps you do that. And then here, I also messed up, but yeah. And then I mess up Flurry Rush again, because I'm just so good. You know, I'm just... And then I hit the Flurry Rush, definitely first try. And, yeah. Then, I grab the broadsword and shield. In the speedrun, you only grab the shield there. But Yeah, oh yeah, and then I have to grab his little things that he dropped because I'm doing a speed run. And I did a bit of, you know, flexing on his little robot parts that died. And this cutscene's really boring because it is. And now, here, instead of going to Ultra Hand, which is the place where you would usually go, I'm going to go to Ascend. And the reason why is because Ascend is the most essential. Haha, that was so stupid. I'm going to cut that. Ascend is the most essential ability, and in the speedrun, it makes it so that that shrine, since it's the highest vantage point, you can get to Fuse really easily afterwards. So already we're going to go in the complete wrong order. But the reason why I'm going over here and I didn't just do it like a direct cut through those woods is because there's a construct and you don't want to have to deal with it. But you run up here. This is a fun trick. I messed it up the first time, but you basically jump and then aim your throw and then jump attack to give you a bit of extra height to make it up onto the sledge here. You can see I'm barely on, and then you grab these wings. And these wings are going to be super useful for movement, and I go over here and dupe them. It took me a very long time, even though it cuts there to 999. I duped for like 10 minutes straight. This is probably another cut here, hey? Yeah, so basically you just go to here from there. And then here, you kind of jump across here, and even though your feet are in the water and it says you're frozen, you won't take any damage. And then here, this climbing I messed up, but basically you have to jump on your very last, frame of stamina. It's pretty fun, and then that makes it so that you make it up the hill. So as you can see, I pretty much have nothing left there when I jump up. And then over here, kind of, not really the same, but I almost messed up there by slipping. But yeah, this is a lot more relaxed here for stamina. Now this spot, I do another fun glitch. By the way, feel free to follow along with these glitches if you want to play as well and enjoy a fun glitched playthrough. But I just highly recommend completing the game first before you do a glitched playthrough. That's just me though. So here I pick up the flint and then I'm like, well, I could have just hit it there, but why not duplicate it as well? So here to duplicate, you do a shield jump, and also all these glitches I'm doing only work in 1.0, I think, version 1.0. I could be wrong though. So you do a shield jump, and then in your shield jump, you open your inventory, and you hold the thing you want to duplicate, 5 of it, or any amount, but 5 is the fastest, obviously. And then you press Y and B at the exact same time. And then your items should fall to the ground, and when you pick them up, you should have 5 more than what you used to. So, yeah, there I dropped my weapons to reorder them because it's more convenient to have the this sword to be our first sword when we go to Fuse. And I basically skipped the entire shrine here. It's nothing special at all. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you basically just do the shrine normally here. So, that's fun. And when you get out of the shrine, Raru will talk to you. It's boring, again. A lot of the, unskippable stuff is kind of boring if you're trying to speedrun. Like, casually, it's really fun to see. But if you're just speedrunning, it's just super hard. So you're gonna... I checked to see if I have the map rune there, because I want to attempt juggle, but I don't have it yet. So here you do a backflip off this ledge towards Ultra Hand or Fuse, and then you drop a glider in midair, and as soon as you exit your inventory, you jump attack. And it's a pretty fun trick. Sorry. But it is hard to get consistent. That was a really bad launch, so I don't have much speed here. But it does get me to the shrine, so that's good. But before you go into the shrine, you have to, when you land, grab a choo-choo. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. Now here, I jump off, and you can see I grabbed that choo-choo there, just like I said I would. And I also grab a sky shroom. I don't know why, I think it's just because I'm collecting stuff, and it's just kind of supposed to be a casual playthrough. Now, in a speedrun, you would just run straight to the shrine, but here, I think I wanted to repair my shield, but I didn't know at the time that fusing something to it does not restore its durability completely if it's badly damaged. So that was sad. But, so now after that little thing, I ran up to the shrine. Oh yeah, and the reason why I didn't fuse there, even though I was planning on it, is because I forgot I didn't have the fuse ability, because you get it in the shrine. This shrine is pretty straightforward as well. You just grab that rusty claymore, get a hammer out of it, and then here, I think I do the proper speedrunning route after I try fusing the boulder to my shield, unsuccessfully, obviously. So, oh yeah, and then I get a frog out of it, which is a tiny advantage, but yeah. So then I'm like, dang, and I go down here, and I just continue down the path, which you do in the speedrun. But difference here is that I grabbed the amber, and usually you don't, because it's completely and utterly useless when you get a diamond instead in the speedrun. And here, I guess I'm also grabbing the mushrooms, which you also don't do in the speedrun. But like most of the things I grab, you don't grab in the speedrun, because it just wastes time and they're completely useless in the long run, but this is a full playthrough, so they will be useful. I guess, yeah, I am following the road here. And I check for my map rune again, and then I realize I need to use Ascend, so I go back into the rune menu. I guess ability menu, but I'll call them runes forever, just because of Breath of the Wild. Now here, I think I cut this footage, but I attacked the camp very successfully, actually, which I'm very proud of, and I raided them of their stuff, and I got some, yeah, I got some opal. And then here, I guess I go back onto the route. Over here there is, yeah, you keep going here, but you don't grab the stem bulb, obviously. And you run over to that building there. Now, usually, by now, I would have duplicated my frogs. Other speedrunners do one speed potion or elixir. I do two because I have struggles sometimes, and I find it just works better for me. So I sadly didn't pick up all the frogs there, so I got 7 instead of 8. But the potion, or sorry, the elixir, is 1 choo-choo jelly and 4 frogs, and you do that twice. Well, normally once, but I do it twice, and I always forget to click X to hold instead of going in A and then down and then A again, which is really slow. And then you drink it here, but I don't know if I did yet. Yeah, I realized that I had 2 and I didn't need to worry about wasting one, and I just ran and got it. So in my speedrun route, I do grab these arrows. Normally people don't, but I find it's better to just have them just in case you mess up somehow in the boss fight. But obviously that's not for a long way away. Okay, so here, this is a fun trick. So you, normal people just do, as they step up onto the ledge, they drop it, but I don't know the timing for that yet. So I have my own way of sprinting, jumping, dropping it in the air, and then sprinting and jumping onto it. But it just basically allows you to go over here and get to Ultra Hand, which is really fun. Now here, I don't skip the shrine, I don't think, because this does have some weird stuff in it. Now just watch me carefully. So, this first shield jump here is completely unnecessary. I would have made it if I hadn't shield jumped. This next one, though, is necessary. Now, you can see I barely made it there. That's completely unintended. Now, here, the wing shield saving me again. I jump, shield jump, and then you land on the rail, walk to it, and then you do the whole shrine in like 30 seconds, maybe. It's really fun. I screen recorded there because I've never gotten a perfect run for that. But yeah, and then here, Raru stops you again, because why not, you know? And it already is, I already have broken it quite a bit at this point, but it's gonna get a lot worse, a lot faster. And I love how I just have 999 wings. In the speedrun, you don't do this. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was like, remembering what to do when you're finished the plateau, and I kind of forgot that I wasn't. So usually you just jump into the puddle and run over here, but I used a wing because I don't know. So yeah, I love how I just have 999 wings though, and then just like 5 or 6 maybe of other things. It's pretty funny. So you run over here, do the door thing, yeah. And another unskippable cutscene. Love those. So, and then you just run forward and grab recall. It's like, I wonder what this mysterious secret stone is doing here. And then Link just touches it. He just touches everything. It's so funny. He just like sees something and he's like, ooh, I wonder what happens if I touch it. But yeah, skip the cutscene there because don't want like too many spoilers. I know it probably past the point of spoiler warnings by now, but just want to be safe just to be sure. And then you get recall, which is really fun. So, Raru stops you again with his fun dialogue that I really enjoy, sarcastically. And after this, you run forward and you do a jump from this pedestal thing here. So you can see I mess up the first time because why not? And then, yeah, my speedrunning technique, it's not the greatest. It's pretty good, but it's not the best, you know? So, I do mess up tricks a lot, but not too bad that it's like, makes my speedruns horrible. And then here I do a really bad cut of the cutscene of the door because it's kind of boring and stuff. And then Raru stops you again, and then I do another bad cut, and now I'm doing Zuggle. So, to do Zuggle, it's very fun. There's 2 ways, but this way is easier. So, you can see I'm going against a wall. I'm pulling out my sword. I dropped it to make sure. So, I open the rune menu to get my map, and you select the map, and as soon as you let go, you start spamming the weapons quick changer, and as soon as you go into your quick menu for weapons, you drop your equipped weapon, and then you start spamming the quick menu again and equip a new one, and then your map opens when you let go of that, and you drop the equipped one from your inventory. And I just do this a bunch to get a bunch of them in my hand, and I mess up here because I forget that you can't drop the Master Sword, and then I think I mess up again with the Master Sword, which is pretty funny. No, I just mess up again. I didn't do it with the Master Sword. But yeah, the more you do this, the more the weapon stacks in your hand. So instead of just dealing 9 damage, I'm going to do like 9 times, however many times I did Zuggle. Like 6, maybe 7. So it's going to be a lot more damage than it should be. And that'll be useful later. So here I'm just going to teleport back to the Room of Awakening so I can get to Recall Shrine. And this is a fun jump here. I think about doing it normally, but then I'm like, you know what? No, I'm just going to do the speedrunner method. So you run to that, and you just jump into that corner, and then you ascend. It's so much faster than recalling the gears and whatever else you have to do. And you just get to the tunnel with that. recall in it. The recall shrine. Yeah. So here, nothing special in recall either. It's a pretty boring shrine, and this is a fun part here. It's very fun. So I ran over to the wrong edge because I was looking for the boss fight arena for the Flux construct, but you run over to this edge normally, and you do a little dive, and on your minimap you try and line up Link with the edge of the water there, so that you're as close to land as possible when you dive down. And I'm actually going to be going into the cave where the archaic tunic is, because I need to. So I run in here, and yeah, in the speedrun you don't grab the archaic tunic, but again, this is just a playthrough, so I grabbed it, and now Link's got the drip, and he's kind of really, like, clothed now. It's pretty great. But like half, like half of his bare chest is showing because it's just, why not? I think it's to flex his new arm or something, I don't know. But I actually do really like the design of the archaic clothes. I did forget to get the archaic pants or whatever they're called. Trousers, I think they call them. Yeah, I try hitting the bubble frog with a jump attack. I mess up. But here, I forgot I had Zuggle activated, so I went to hit him again, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I just one-shotted him. I forgot. I have Zuggle. And I went over here to here. I equipped my rock hammer, and then this rare ore right here, I think it's a guaranteed ruby job. I've never not gotten a ruby from it, and I've done a lot of speedrunning in the past little bit. But that ruby, I just got it out of instinct for speedrunning, and it's going to be useful for, like, money or something. And then here I forgot I had Zuggle activated. So, I didn't go for the gemstone because I didn't want to waste durability on all of the swords in my hand. Because I really wanted to use them on the Flux construct and see how much damage I could deal to him, which I think is in the intro. But, I'm still going to keep it in here because it's just really satisfying, actually. His health just goes down, and yeah. So, I guess after this, I'm like, I grabbed the shield for speedrunning out of instinct, but I already have 3 shields, so I don't know why I grabbed it, but I guess it will be useful because it's much higher durability than the rusty shield, I think. It might not be, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I got smacked by that guy, and this is just like a sword or something. So, I don't know why I opened that chest, because I knew I didn't need it, but I did, I guess. And then I teleport away to recall again, I think, so that I can find this Flux construct, because I really want to kill him. Because I just want to see the damage, and I didn't know at the time. I thought I was going to one-shot him, but I didn't. But I did deal, like, a lot. So, I don't know how I forgot where he was. But I did forget where he was. So, I guess I used recall there. Funny. Didn't realize that. And then I used Ultra Hand, over-rotate it, of course. Because just why not? And then I realized that I had to actually find the platform before launching off. And then I unsuccessfully looked for it. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to scope. But you can see I had a knife on my scope for some reason. Don't know why. And then I still look for it, and I still can't find it. Because, like, why not? So, this is pretty funny to me, actually. That I'm watching it afterwards, how oblivious I was. About the fact that I could just literally look for it after launching with this thing. And I was about to use the launch pad, but then I was like, nah, I can do the speedrunning technique. Need a bit of practice or whatever, I don't know. But I guess I wanted to just look cool. It's pretty stupid now that I think about it, because I had the risk of not landing it, and then I'm like, oh, where's this thing? And I think I overshoot here, yeah. And I'm like, looking for it, and then I'm like, oh shoot, it's over there. And then I dive, and this is like a panic dive here. And I'm like, am I gonna make it? I did make it, because I don't know how I made it, but I did. So that's fun. Pretty lucky, actually, that I jumped off as soon as I did. And I climb up the wall here, and nothing special about climbing. But now, I'm like, hey, perfect chance to showcase my skills of a pro gamer. So, I pull out my bow too early, and then I redo it, and I do an epic fall damage cancel, is what I thought in the moment. It really doesn't look that cool. So to fall damage cancel, all you do is you pull out your bow when you're not diving, like when you're just falling regularly. And then after you pull out your bow, you have to hold L and press Y pretty much right after you hold L. And that'll open your rune menu, and it'll do a jump attack right before you open the menu. And then once you do that, it makes it so that it kind of, I think it resets Link's position or something. But after you let go of L for the rune menu, you immediately like spam your shield quick menu to equip a new shield. And then once you equip a new shield, you let go of your menu, press R to dive, and then B to cancel really fast. And then you've done a fall damage cancel successfully. It's really satisfying to land, but it's not too hard. Like, it sounds complicated, but it's really not, once you practice enough. So, yeah, I got the hammer here, and then I was like, oh shoot, I just unfused my Zuggle, so I just dropped it. Because, if you didn't know, one of the only ways to deactivate Zuggle is to drop your weapon. And then I'm like, oh, I should probably just take a one-handed version. So, with Zuggle, a fun gimmick is that whatever you fuse to your currently equipped weapon, it'll fuse to all of the Zuggled weapons in your hand. So I just did that, and then I took a one-handed sword instead of a two-handed sword, because one-handed is just better, and two-handed sword's damage lies to you. Don't know if you knew that, but two-handed sword damage is slightly higher than it says. Spear damage is slightly lower than it says. Pretty fun. But now I guess that's pretty much it for the Great Sky Island, I think. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. It really means a lot to me, because it's my first video. I'll see you in the next one, but that's just a taste of the brokenness that we're going to get into. We're going to get so broken that you clip through the floor. I call it descend instead of ascend. For whenever you jump onto a... Not jump, whenever you use a control stick. So, yeah, just stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.